restrictions could just be enough sanctions to subdue any nation, especially African nations. It saddens my heart that Ghana cannot come back and say, you know what, we are slapping back visa restrictions on America, and we want to see the Americans also discuss this in their media, that visa restrictions to Ghana could just destroy America as well. But what do they care? They can always enter our country with or with no visa. My brother, my sister, the borders are so porous. They can enter through Togo. They can enter through Burkina Faso. They can enter through La Côte d'Ivoire. They can enter through any other country, bush roads, and so on and so forth. My brother, my sister, until we are able to deal with this, unfortunately, this would be our predicament. Listen, the interesting thing about the AU is that it is the equivalent of the EU. There was the OAU long before the European Union. In 1962, we were already toying with the idea of Africans coming together in a unified front known as the Organization of African Unity, OAU. Haile Selassie and Kwame Nkrumah spearheaded this caboodle when the European Union was not even nest yet. My brother, my sister, long before 1962, we were already talking about uniting and returning to Africa. Remember the Back to Africa movement? The Back to Africa movement. Long before Marcus Garvey started to talk about the Black Star liner, bringing Africans forward to Africa, we had people like Paul Kofi, who came from this part of the world, today called Ghana, spearheading it, and even owned ships, which were supposed to be sending people to Africa. My brother, my sister, we had people like Chief Sam Charles, Na Adoko Kofi, from Labadi, coming together with Marcus Garvey, my brother, my sister, to deal with this. As it stands right now, my brother, my sister, it is sad. As it stands right now, my brother, my sister, the Back to Africa movement that we want to see, the Organization of African Unity, now called the African Unity, doesn't seem to be worth its salt. My brother, my sister, I am sad that this is happening. If we were that united and Africa was just one homologous or homogeneous continent with absolutely no artificial borders like we have in the EU today. Once you enter Ghana, you can enter every other African country. But first and foremost, you have to visit the land for which you got the visa. My brother, my sister, I don't know how many people are following this discussion. But watch this. A visa restriction to America would be a joke. A visa restriction to England would be a joke. If Americans are told that there's a visa restriction for you to enter Ghana, they will laugh at us. All they need to do is to get a visa to Togo. Once they enter Togo, by horseback, they can easily enter Ghana. By canoes, $2 will be enough to pay the canoe man to carry them all the way to ferry them all the way to the capital, Accra. My brother, my sister, it is a joke of a unity. Today, look at America. It has sealed off all its borders. The porosity has been dealt with from Mexico all the way through Colombia and all that. There are guns that are ready to back at anybody who wants to use those loopholes. We know people who are ready to risk their lives. They are ready to even die trying to enter America. How many people are ready to die to enter Ghana? For what? Why? To come and look at the statue of Kwame Nkrumah? Or to come and look at the statue of Okomfo Anoche? A lot of the tourists who come into this country are pedophiles. A lot of these guys who come all the way from America, they are pedophiles. Some are gays and lesbians. And in this country, with $1, a gay can sleep with as many men as he wants. A lesbian can spend $10 on 10 girls in Ghana. Patriotism has been thrown to the dogs. Education is nothing good to write home about. At the end of the day, my brother, the Ghanaian government has never said a lot of the people coming from America, they only come here as pedophiles. They flout our laws. And for that matter, there's a visa restriction to these people who are coming into our country and blah, 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 blah. Nothing like that has happened. But America has come out to say that a lot of Ghanaians who come into the country as students, in fact, they've given an allowance of 15% of people who want to stay back. But now it has gone as high as 21%. That means if 100 people enter America today as students, when they complete their studies, 21 of them will remain and 79 will return to Ghana. This, in my opinion, is still a huge number. But the American government says, no, we are going to restrict visas to all you, these guys. What point is Blakk Rasta making? Koku Anyideho is paying compliments to slavery, colonialism, and whatever you might call it that is negative. We should stand firm and tell ourselves that this is our country. America has decided to restrict, limit the number of visas. We shouldn't play the lap boys for America. We should never be the lap dolls of America. In other words, we shall never be the puppets of America. Let us also start something if we haven't already. That would want America to come here. We have a lot. What are all the appointees doing? They have just taken power. A lot of them are very patriotic. A lot of Ghanaians have ideas. All we lack is patriotism, sometimes common sense. But we can work this out, my brother. May I round up this? Watch this now. My brother, my sister, the day America says, Saudi Arabia, we have limited you in terms of the visas to enter our country. UAE, we have limited you in terms of visa to enter here. China, we have limited you same way. That day America will collapse. You know why? The Chinese are on top of their game right now. They are the world's biggest economic power. Right now, as we speak, love them or loathe them. If you slap visa restrictions on China, you are shooting yourself in the heart, not in the foot. If you slap visa restrictions on Saudi Arabia and the UAE, oh my God, you should be ready to find new oil wells in America. They won't dare do that. But what do we have in Ghana? We have a lot. But our leaders must sit up and make this work. I believe that is what Mahama is doing. If America says visa restrictions, that's okay. Why? Is America heaven? Should everybody go to America before they can make it? We must clean our backyard and make it work. Let us start behaving like human beings and not idiots. Let us clean our own backyards and stop giving our children American names. Stop giving our children foreign names. Stop eating foreign food. Eat local food. Stop importing foreign fruits. You don't need them. That's why they don't grow on your land. If nature does not make it on your land, don't eat it. It's not good for you. Is this hard to understand? You go all the way and import apples into your country when your country does not produce apples. You know why? Because it's not good for people who live there. If it is good for you to eat, nature would make sure it grows on your land. Is this difficult to understand? Why? Minister Nene. I'll leave it here. Now there is a reply, and I'm reading that from Ghana Web, and it says, Ministry of Foreign Affairs responds to U.S. visa restrictions. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has responded to the recent visa restrictions issued by the United States on July 9, 2025. Now, the U.S. has revised its visa reciprocity policy for Ghana, significantly reducing both the validity period and the number of entries permitted for most non-immigrant visa types. Now, under the updated guidelines from the U.S. Department of State's Bureau of Consular Affairs, Ghanaian nationals applying for business and tourism visas, that's B class, will now be issued single entry visas valid for just 3 months. Now, this marks a departure from previous policies that allowed multiple entries over a period ranging from 1 to 5 years. According to the ministry, the concerns by Ghanaian travelers have been duly acknowledged, expressing its firm solidarity with all those inconvenienced. The ministry said the present limitations imposed by the United States vary substantially from the prior reciprocal arrangements that Ghana has had with the United States. We hope for an early resolution of the concerns that have led to the revision of the schedule, which have been confirmed to be overstays, including by ensuring that the conduct of applicants aligns with the visa application procedures and requirements of the United States. It is worth highlighting that from January 2025 to date, 40,648 visas have been issued by Ghana's missions to Washington, D.C. and New York. Out of this, 28,626 are multiple visa entries to Ghana. The statement by the ministry on July 11, 2025 noted, it further noted that bilateral arrangements between Ghana and U.S. stimulate the U.S. Visa holders are entitled to a maximum visa validity of 5 years. And in most instances, 5-year multiple entry visas are issued upon request. Some applicants, however, apply for single entry visas owing largely to the limited validity of their passports. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Ghana and America have a bilateral agreement. Bilateral means two nations have agreed that US passport holders, if they want, can be given 5 years multiple entry into Ghana. But some of them request for only a single entry because their passports are full. And therefore, their passports might be expiring anytime soon. And they request for just one entry. When did this arrangement break down? When Trump came into power. So Trump came into power and he doesn't see how this is going to help America. It will rather help Ghana. Ghanaian passports get 5 years. American passports also get 5 years. And our ministry here is telling us 40,648 people from January 2025. Only 40,000 visas were given. What is 40,000? Go and check how many visas have been applied for in Ghana and how many have been given by the American embassy here in Ghana. In other words, we, even as a smaller nation, we troop to America more than a bigger nation, America, in terms of population, even comes to Ghana. That means we need America more than America needs us. It's simple common sense. How do you solve this? Instead of having a Blakk Rasta go around with his sexy bald head, sexy shining bald head, running around and trying to let the Americans lower down their gaze and say, oh, you know what? We have agreed. Now you can get 5 years multi-entry. We should fix our country. For now, we are fighting symptoms when we should be fighting the root cause. Fix your country. Find jobs. Create jobs for your people. You are busily chasing Nigerians out. You don't want any Igbo village. You are so xenophobic. Just like the South Africans. You want to take your xenophobia to America. Fix your country. Ritual murders are still rife in Ghana. Why? Tribalism, religiosity, and religionism all over the place. You want to take this to America? Please, let's fix our country with all respect. We have the gold, we have the diamond. We have so many beautiful places. Americans should be paying an arm and a leg to come and enjoy our weather. Manasseh put it out a few days back. Our weather is enough to draw everybody from all over the world to come here and lie on our beaches and enjoy. Again, our women are so sweet that no man in America wouldn't want to come here and say, oh, Charlie, can I have your hand in marriage? I'll leave it here. I'm running out of time. Next story I want to look at is this one from Ghana Web, and it says, and I read, Hawa Koomson assaulted as chaos erupts in a Blakk. I read, tensions escalated dramatically at the St. Peter's Society Methodist Church polling station in Odoko, part of the Blakk constituency. Now, the electoral rerun was violently disrupted when a group of unidentified macho men stormed the premises in a coordinated fashion, arriving in a pickup truck accompanied by multiple motorbikes, forcing panic among voters electoral personnel, and security forces. Eyewitnesses report that the assailants overpowered the security detail and launched an assault. Yes, an assault on several political figures, including former MP and ex-fisheries minister Mavis Hawa Koomson. Now, a disturbing video footage shows her being forced to the ground and reportedly stomped in the chest and groin area before officers intervened. Other victims included NPP parliamentary candidate Na Ekuya Epriye and a female party agent, both reportedly injured amid the turmoil. Later in the morning, a Joy News journalist was slapped and pushed by a thug. Despite a bolstered security deployment, authorities were unable to immediately restore order, and voting was temporarily halted in several polling stations. Now, the Electoral Commission, which had scheduled the rerun across 19 polling stations following a prolonged impasse after the December 7, 2024 general elections, now faces renewed criticism over elated tensions in the area. The motive behind the attack remains unclear. The Electoral Commission has announced investigations, while civil society groups and electoral watchdogs are demanding accountability. Yes, Hawa Koomson might not be a favorite of yours. Hawa Koomson might not be the best behaved politician. Hawa Koomson might be annoying, but Hawa Koomson is still a native of this nation. Hawa Koomson might be pretending to be Kaswa Van Damme, wielding guns, AK-47, and firing in a frenzy. She's still a Ghanaian. A lot of people are angry that Hawa Koomson wielded an AK-47. We were told as to how she got that assault rifle. I don't know. I'm not aware what kind of guns civilians can own and register in Ghana. In America, there are many types that people are not supposed to own. One of those would include an AK-47 assault rifle. Why? Are you going for a tribal war? Are you going for a tribal mutiny, ethnic cleansing? Why do you need an AK-47? But we were told that she wielded an AK-47 and she fired in a frenzy at a polling station because her party was in power. The matter was taken up by the authorities and she was freed. Not a hair out of her head was pulled out. She returned. Little did she know that power is that very, very transient. It blew away like a mirage, a whirlwind. All of a sudden, my brother, my sister, she has found herself on the other side of the barricade. Now she's at a polling station. A different polling station from where she fired shots as if she was in a Rambo movie. And maybe some unwarranted thugs felt that it was time to pay her in her own coin. They didn't pull out guns. They didn't pull out machetes, as this report did not mention that. What did they do? They decided to trip her. And when she fell, they unleashed a number of blows on her face, thumped her in the chest and the stomach. I saw the video. Kicked her in the groin while she was rolling on the floor, the dirty floor, so helplessly. Then Some people came in, as you can see the video rolling right now, and you can see the police officers running. You can see Hawa Koomson standing in the corner there, right? And then you can see the police officers running left, right, and center, seeing, and Hawa Koomson is being protected. You can see her. You can see her there. You can see her over there. Some police people are pushing her away. They are pushing her away, and I don't know. Well, the talks have come. You see them. They are kicking her on the floor. There she is on the floor. Oh, there she goes. Oh, my God. She's being kicked left, right, and center. She's sprawling on the floor. At this point, I believe she's telling herself, oh, Irade. That's what she probably will be saying to herself. Is that my end? Is that my end? But my brother, this is very condemnable. It is weak men who would assault women. You are strong? Do you know the number of acreages we have that have gone fallow? Go and plant cassava. Go and carry timber. You are beating a woman? Are you crazy? And then you go back to your people and say, yeah, we beat them. Wallahi, we beat them. We beat them. In mouth all make blood. We kick them. We beat them. A woman? Oh, Jesus, what a shame. Yes, she might be annoying. She might not look as pretty as you would have wanted to call somebody pretty. She might not be your average astute politician. She might be a gun-wielding politician. But it is wrong. And we condemn this to the max. I never get angry to the point that I want to hit a woman. The biggest weapon a woman has is her mouth. Nothing. So if you are a man and you start throwing your arms, you are weak. All those who went to beat Hawa Koomson, shame on you. You have disgraced yourself. You have disgraced the government in power. We don't know if they are coming from the other side or the other side, the other side. The most important thing is that it is a disgrace to the government in power. It is sad. But my brother, my sister, may I just sound a word of caution. Remember I said we condemn this. We don't support it in any way. And all those who did this, shame on you. But can I just sound this word of caution? When you are in power, don't think that that's it all. My party's in power, so I can do whatever I want. You go around misbehaving. A day will come, your party will be out of power. You would have made a lot of enemies. One of the reasons Blakk Rasta is still flourishing is the fact that I have never been aligned to any political party. No political party over the 30 years or so that I've been on radio doing this job in the service of God and country can come out and say, and Blakk Rasta self, we used to pay him to do this. Never. That be. My colleagues own story buildings, cars, blah, 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 blah. No, those are not the things that frighten me. I want to be able to stand before the Almighty one day and say, hey, you gave me this job and I did it. Please, politicians, be wise. When they are in power, the way they behave as if power will never end. When they are in power, it's time for them to steal and make money for themselves and their families. They don't think about the average people. Now, when they are out of power, that is when they remember that they have your number. Ish, let me call Blakk Rasta. I have this news for him. But when they were in power, nah, they didn't know you. I'll leave it here. To Hawa Koomson, please run to the hospital quickly and get yourself cured and healed. And Baumia has condemned it the same way we are condemning it. And then there's fresh news coming in that says Hawa Koomson is fighting for her life. A former presidential staffer under the Akufo-Addo administration, Dennis Miracles Abuaje, has said that former lawmaker for Ewutu Senya East constituency, Hawa Koomson, is battling for her life following the assault on her during the return of the parliamentary elections in Ablekuma North. Now, speaking to journalist, Miracles Abuaji said, "Our people are being attacked as we speak. Hawa Koomson is currently fighting for her life in a hospital. The voting process at the Odoko Methodist 1 polling station was suspended after the chaos erupted." Well, he said that Hawa Koomson is fighting for her life. "We wish you a speedy recovery, and our hope and prayer would be that you come out safe and calm." That's the last thing I want to look at, and I'll be done in the next 5 minutes. It will be over. I'm reading this from Ghana Web, and it says, "Stop this! Netizens lash out at Linda Okulu after vote buying comments." Now, social media users have taken a swipe at the Greater Accra Regional Minister, Linda Akwele Okulu, following her remarks regarding vote buying in the ongoing election return at Ablekuma North. The minister dismissed allegations of vote buying, justifying the provision of transport support to party members as a necessary and legitimate means to facilitate their participation in the electoral process. In an interview on Joy News, monitored by Ghana Web on June 11, 2025, she stated, "Every election, there is vote buying. So if we are buying votes, they should also buy their votes. We have members who traveled all the way from Kumasi, and they have to come and vote. So if such people come, you have to give them TNT. That's transport and travel allowance to go and vote. I don't think it is vote buying. So if you think it's vote buying, you too go and buy their votes." It's as simple as that. So you see, some of these people, they have no brains. Their head is full of kerosene. Some of them, their head is full of bitumen, coal tar, like this woman here. We all remember how she came into power. We all remember her vetting. Listen to what she's saying. People are coming all the way from Kumasi to come and vote. So they have to be given TNT. In every election, there's vote buying. So you two go and buy votes. Hey, Jesus have mercy. And this one is sitting there. This one with a blockhead is sitting there. This one too is the Greater Accra Regional Minister. Is that correct? Did they say Greater Accra Regional Minister? Yes, Greater Accra Regional Minister. The whole minister of the whole capital of Ghana. This is her level of thinking. Which school did she go to? Did she go to one of the schools under trees? Who was a teacher? Jesus have mercy. Look at this. These are the people who are supposed to be our leaders. At the time we are all crying that we want democracy. In every election, there's vote buying. So, you too, you can go and buy votes. We are giving people TNT to come from Kumasi to vote. And when they vote, we give them TNT. Hey! Mr. Mahama, Your Excellency, I'm not qualified to tell you what to do. You see, Ochamia onim kasano. Or say, Nana, wa wasum, mapong.